What does it mean to be unstoppable?
Charging straight into the action there.
Unstoppable is a celebration of character.
This is the definition of Ironman as they go up and around.
When all is against you, you keep going.
They find something deep inside him.
When being knocked down is just the moment before you get back up.
That is unbelievable.
When others say you can't, but you know you can. Never give up.
She salutes the crowd and grabs the tape, and what a win it was.
Witness the unstoppable, the Nutri-Grain IronMan and Iron Woman series.
We're back, getting set for the first of our survival races for the Nutri-Grain IronMen. And Candice Warner is getting ready on the beach to have a chat to a bloke who's had a massive impact on this series and is doing so again this year. Matt Bevilacqua.
Matt, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm so excited. You know, I just love this stuff. Every opportunity to race is a good one, and this eliminated format's just so tough, and I can't wait to just get off to a good start.
You raced so well in North Bondi. What's the plan for today?
Look, you've got to get out in the front and be recovering if you can. So I don't want to be in that red zone, you know, like burning energy. So just try and get out in front, calm down, settle, and enjoy the racing. It's going to be a good fight.
Well, you're one of those athletes that get better as the day goes on. So I feel like today is going to be your day.
Hopefully, I really hope so. You know, there's a couple of other good fit guys in there too. So, yeah, just see how we go.
All right, all the best.
Thanks. Cheers, guys.
There he is, ever-present Matt Bevilacqua, almost, you could say, beat Ali Day at Bondi. We'll never know because he missed a wave that Ali caught, but nevertheless, Ali is on this incredible win streak.
That's exactly right. 8 straight races for Ali Day, and a bit of an understatement there from Matt Bevilacqua. Just a couple of fit guys going around. There is 20 of the best athletes that you will see in the entire world going head-to-head. Of course, yellow for our leader, green for the qualifiers. Red is Next Gen's Kai Taylor. The pink are the guys who worked their way through the trial, and watch out for Corey Fletcher and Max Beattie. They are the wild cards, and Fletcher was on the podium last round, so big things from the man from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. There's man buns and mullets at this end of the line. Finn Askew and Joe Collins. I don't know if they're good hairdos, but they're good Ironman, that is for sure. That is Jai Timperley, the man who finished second overall last year. He had a second last place finish in last round. Oh, and a few little steps there from Timperley. Dips forward. No issue though. They'll put him back on the start line, get set, and you can already see where Askew is going to head along with Palmer, Adam Palmer. They're going to head up and along. So does Max Beattie. They're going to go all the way over the other side, try and throw themselves into the rip. Swim, board, ski is the order. Top 14 will survive, and as that tide starts to go out, wading across the bankers is going to become more and more of an issue for some of these guys. It works out perfectly for the big boys, but for little shorties, that's going to make life very, very tough. And there's some tall boys in this. Ali Day stands about 6 foot. Matt Poole, 6'3". He'd say 6'5", but I know it's 6'3". And the big fella announced his retirement during this week, so he will race his final 4 races over this weekend. And I think that's him in the lead in the centre of the screen there, sort of throwing that left hand. So after 15 years in the Ironman series, we say goodbye to one of the, well, most colourful characters, that is for sure. And he'll be looking to go out in a bang with this survival format. So already Zach Morris, Matt Poole, Jai Timperley, they are in the lead, and a couple of the big boys are on the front, and that's Morris on the left-hand side. You can see him just closest to screen at the moment, along with Hayden Cotter. The guy in pink there, Hayden, he's got a bit of a beard. Former Australian open water swim team. He is as good as it gets in open water swimming, and you can see that long loping stroke. Alongside him, Zach Morris, the man from Newport. Dan Collins above him. He just graduated university this week, so he's had a big week. Matt Poole in 4th place, and then the rolling brawl of the swim pack around there. If you can pick them, you're doing better than me. I see Finn Askew, Matt Bevilacqua in there, Kai Taylor in the thick of the things. He's not worried about reputation at all, but have a look closest to us. Hayden Cotter, the man from Maroochydore. He's only a rookie. He finished 3rd in the open water championships a couple of years ago, and he's on that Australian junior open water team. He finished 3rd at the Aussie titles in the surf race. He is the top level when it comes to swimming, and he is showing why here. Dan Collins from Redhead on the inside. 3rd place is Zach Morris. Matt Poole is in 4th place. So's Corey Fletcher. And have a look at the back markers. This is the red zone, not only because you don't want to be there and get knocked out, you just don't want to be there because you might end up with a black eye as you go around. It's all fair when when you're racing, but you do not want to be stuck in the center of that pack because you're just trying to find water. Kicking, arms moving, it's just absolute chaos. And when you're in there, there's nothing you can do to get out of it. But this field starts to spread out on the way home. And interestingly, the guy's still heading back to that left-hand side. And we saw in the women's race, it was the right-hand side that picked up a wave or two. So I don't know if they didn't watch the girls or they just see something different, but it looks like Cotter's starting to go to the right ever so slightly, and it's a fine line. You've got to thread it perfectly. Too far one way or the other, and Mother Nature can be oh so cruel.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of very, very close calls decided by your positioning as you get onto the beach and that run up to transition. So they've got that in the back of their minds. But not much help for them here. There's a little bit of a set coming through behind them now, Josh, but there hasn't been too much.
No, nothing at all there. And no Ali Day. Similar to, we'll race one for the girls. We haven't seen Ali Day stand up yet.
Now they're all standing
our leaders,
up.
They wait for a wave here. They'll push down it. All 20 men get an opportunity. We'll find out who's got the surf skills. There'll be arms and legs going everywhere. Cotter's got it on the far right-hand side. Somebody mooched it through a little bit longer. Matt Bevilacqua, I think that's him in the centre. The man from Tasmania stands up. He gets the legs up and going. He's not in front of Cotter, but he'll be very happy with that. And he said that to Candace. He said, I want to start well. I want to get myself out of trouble, and I want to get into this race. So it's Maroochydor's Hayden Cotter in 1, Matt Bevilacqua in 2, and Maroochydor's Adam Palmer in 3. It's a couple of the young guns, Candace, leading the way early.
Yeah, well, the rain's starting to come down here, but nothing is going to stop these athletes. Matt Bevilacqua has had a really, really great swim, just picking up his board here. But the thing that I noticed most is, unlike the girls' race where the field was spread out, this is a very, very close race, and those swimmers stayed together pretty much the entire time.
And Ali Day there, back in the bunch, still not in danger at all, but he's going to have to think about it.
Oh, he's sitting on the cusp of the red zone. He was 13th as he went through transition there. He was only a couple of metres behind. So the gap between, well, the top 10 and, I guess the top 6, sorry, and 20th place is just 2 seconds. So at the moment, Hendy, Taylor, Poole, Fletcher, Carberry and Beattie are all in the red zone. So that is a massive drama for those boys, but plenty of time left in this one. Ali Day goes to work in the centre of the screen. He's on the yellow board, really lifting the rating, and out in front, Matt Bevilacqua's gone to the lead. He's a better board paddler than the two Maroochydore lads in 2nd and 3rd. It's without a shadow of a doubt. He's the best board paddler in the world, so they'll want to try and sit on him, but he's going to go to work. His technique's so very good. This is poetry in motion.
So, nice work from Matt Bevilacqua, but there is still a long way to go in the first of our elimination races. This is Survival Nutri-Grain IronMan. We'll be back with more after this. Six athletes will be eliminated in this first race of the Nutri-Grain IronMan survival round, and it's pretty tight. They got a bit of wave assistance in the end of this board leg.
Very tight. Finn Askew made the big move on that board leg. Went through from 5th into 1st. Matt Bevilacqua in 2nd. Oh, board's going left, right and centre. Palmer dumped his board and it almost cleaned up Jai Timperley. Here we go, the charge of the Light Brigade as they go up and around. Have a look at Jai Timperley's transition there. He has flown through. Jackson Maynard's there as well. Kai Taylor, no issues at all. Palmer's sitting pretty. The boys work their way through. Borg, Fletcher, Ali Day, Zach Morris, Kendrick Louis, Dan Collins goes around, so does Wes Gould, and these guys are all sitting pretty at the moment. Wes Gould's in 14th place. Outside the top 14 is Matt Poole, Joe Collins, Corey Taylor, Ben Carberry, Max Beattie and TJ Hendy. So with one leg to go, they are sitting bang in the centre of the red zone at the moment, and it's going to be very tough to get back from here as our leaders try to negotiate just a small one going through. It'll be enough to slow the back markers down but not create too much of a hassle. As have a look at Jai Timperley go in 3rd place. He is flying, and Finn Askew, he had the round of his life in round number 1 enduro. He stood up and, well, he wants to be counted at this level. The last couple of years, everyone saw him as the next generation. He's tried to say, this is my year to make an impact, and I think in the future we're looking at a future series champion there. Maybe not this year, but he's certainly mixing it up with the big boys and proving he has the ability to be one of the best in the business. As he leads from Bevilacqua, there's a few lumps, so our back markers have got to go. Our back markers need to get up and over this one. TJ Hendy in last place. Looks like he's got plenty of work to do, and this is the chase pack. Jai Timperley on the rainbow ski, Ali Day on the black in the centre, Jackson Borg closest to us on the green and white, Jackson Maynard behind him as well, Adam Palmer sitting pretty, the man from Maroochydore. So this is the chase pack in 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Kendrick Louis, Hayden Cotter there, no dramas at all. Zach Morris, Kai Taylor, Wes Gould goes around. This is where it starts to get super interesting because this is the cutoff there. That is Dan Collins, Joe Collins there, no relation as they go around. Corey Fletcher, Matt Poole. This is the red zone. Corey Fletcher, Matt Poole on the far side, Max Beattie and Corey Taylor there. So 2 Kiwi boys, 1 wild card, and the man who's retiring in just a few days' time, Matt Poole, he does not want to go home early. This is the fight for the red zone right now, and you can see they're close enough if they're good enough. One wave could change everything for these guys, but they've got plenty of work to do here. That's the back of the pack. TJ Hendy's off the back as well. So's Ben Carberry, and so is... Well, no, sorry, TJ and Ben, they're in last and second last, but our leaders have got a little run. That's Jackson Maynard riding on the top of this one. Bevel Aqua looks over his shoulder. Ali Day looks over his shoulder. Finn Askew does as well. There's waves on. There's waves on. Matt Poole's got one. He's pushing onto the far right-hand side. He'll run this one all the way to the beach. Ask and you shall receive. No, it fills up. So he went the whole way over there. It filled up for him, but I think it'll still be enough. Out the back, Corey Fletcher is in trouble. We've got 4 on the wave in front. Jai Timperley, Finn Askew there. It looks like Ali Day and Matt Bevilacqua, so that's 4. Then 3 on the next wave, 3 on the next wave. 14's the magic number. That's the man who's retiring at 33 years of age, Matt Poole. He's trying to keep his chances alive. We'll say goodbye to 6. There's 3 of the boys out the back who've already given up. I think a couple of the wild cards here. So we'll count them across the line, and Candice, this race is going to be on. Yeah, absolutely. It definitely is. And these front competitors can just take it through that little bit easier. But it is that sprint up the beach for those final few places that's most important. Yeah, we've got 5 across the line there. That is for sure. 6 and 7. No dramas for Maynard, Taylor, Palmer, Borg, Fletcher, Morris. They go around Collins. Here's the run there. Carberry pushes very hard. So does Corey Taylor. There we take a look, and I think they've missed out. I think Wes Gould is the final one to get through. No, Joe Collins, the final one to get through there, and Ben Carberry's missed out. So drama aplenty. Joe Collins gets through. Carberry misses out. So does Corey Taylor, Corey Fletcher as well. So plenty of drama there. Matt Poole, he did a great job to survive that one, and that's the name of the game, survival. And Candice is on the beach. I'm down here with Joe Collins. He just scraped through. Conditions look tough.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty flat out there. A lot of runners, you got to put a lot of effort into gear, and just glad I made it through that one, eh?
What's the mindset going into this second race?
Just hang on, trust my fitness, and get back up near that front of that pack, hopefully.
Well, you're a crowd favourite. Trust your fitness, and all the best.
Thanks, Candy.
Well, Max Beattie finished 4th in the previous round, and there he is, one of the earliest eliminations. But we still have 14 and 2 races left. We'll have 6 more athletes go in the Nutri-Grain IronMan Series. Round 3 coming up after this. We're getting set for the second race of the Nutri-Grain IronMan survival round, but what a comeback for Jai Timperley in the wave cross round back in Bondi. He was one of the first eliminated, Josh, and it's nice to see him up top. Yeah, that's it. He was very disappointed with that, but he's back where he belongs. And a couple of young guys there, Timperley and Askew, Ali Day and Matt Bevilacqua. The big hitters are all there. Wes Gould did well. He jumped up 9 places in that final leg to get himself qualified and through. But it's not the first page we're worried about, it's the second page. And in the chaos that was crossing the line, Ben Carberry, Corey Taylor, Corey Fletcher, Hayden Cotter, he dropped 15 places in that last leg, 15 spots. He was through easily. He's been eliminated. Beattie and Hendy go home. So we say goodbye to a couple of the wild cards, a couple of the big names, and a man who will be ruining that final leg, that final ski leg there. And see, they're set on the line, ready to go. Board, ski, swim is the order. Board, ski, swim is the order here. And we say goodbye to 6 more in this one. So 14 will enter, only 8 will leave. And conditions are really fluky. You only got to look in the background there at the surf and you can see what they have to deal with. You can be a metre away from someone and have a completely different set of circumstances.
That's it. It's so small, and when those sets do come through, it starts to go all over the place. And the other thing that's just happened is the rain has started to come through and the wind's pushing as well, so conditions are really changing up. Matt Bevilacqua snuck across the back of the entire field there. So I would have thought he backed himself on the board, but as these waves start to come through, that will help him because it'll allow him to get back into the thick of it. Ali Day and Matt Poole there, but he seems to think this right-hand side is the go, and I'd be backing him at the moment as that left-hand side starts to push down ever so slowly. Oh, they stand up. I haven't seen that in a long time. Bevilacqua, like a nipper, throws his board up and over, and that was a huge mistake, it turns out, because Ali Day has gone flying out on the left-hand side. And like you said, Bill, it's so tough. You can't pick it. Sometimes it's the right, sometimes it's the left, and you just don't know. And sometimes you just got to put your head down and go and pray that it all works out for you. But cometh the moment, cometh the man. Ali Day goes to the lead. Kendrick Louis has been quiet so far this summer. He missed the entire summer last year with both calves torn. The year before that, he was our series champion, and I think it's taken him a little bit of time to get back into the groove, but that's him in the pink with the purple board there, Ali Day, and then Finn Askew again on that other side. I don't think there's a kid who loves this sport more than Finn Askew. He is on fire. Jackson Borg, closest to us on the green, starts to work his way into it. Oh, someone's gone the wrong side of the cans there. That might be Collins. That might be Dan Collins has gone the wrong side of the can there. He hits the brake and goes from, well, he was in second place into about, well, fourth last, and you can see the man who's almost in last place there on the red board. That's Matt Bevilacqua. He risked it, he rolled the dice, and sometimes you're a winner and sometimes you're a loser, and that was a massive mistake. We'll take a look at the replay here. This is Collins on the inside. He tries to go around and just goes bang, hits the brakes, the wrong side of the can there. They were the leaders going around. We just can't see him. He's disappeared underneath that wave there, but he's still stuck and he's at the back of the pack at the moment. But luckily for these guys, you could throw a blanket over him at the moment. They start to go to work on the way home. Kendrick Louis in the lead, the big fella. He's really doing the job side by side, shoulder to shoulder. So these two, they raced each other as kids. Ali Day on the yellow, Kendrick Louis on the pink there. The last two former series champions, and they're not giving each other an inch. He's gone up alongside Ali Day there, and well, he wants his title back, Kendrick Louis. He didn't have the start to the summer that he would have hoped for in the early rounds with a third and then an 18th, but expect big things from here. And well, they're on a wave, and Matt Poole just sits back and knows it's better to rest, get the next wave, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8 on that first one. So 8 on that first wave, that's how many we need. You can see the red zone, it's the second wave.
Well, you could just about throw a blanket over them for all that action, all the variations as they run up the beach. Candace Warner, it's on.
No, just how taxing this is for the athletes. Finn Askew actually vomited on the start line, and now he's going to come through this transaction in second place behind Jackson Borg. So these athletes are leaving nothing in the tank. They are hurting.
Get it up, get it out for old Finn Askew. I love it there. They come down, grab the ski. It's Borg and Askew. You know they're trying hard. Adam Palmer sitting right on the edge, and Bevilacqua's worked his way into this one. That's your top 8 there as they go in. Kendrick Louis on the pink. His transitions are always going to be a little bit more tentative. They're always going to be tough. He tore both calves last year, so he's going to be that little bit slower taking the edge off. That's why he went from the lead back to 8th, but he's still doing a great job. And the back markers have caught him there. The red zone at the moment, there's plenty of the big guns there. Matt Poole's in it, Kai Taylor's in it, Jackson Maynard's in it as well, Timperley, Collins, and well, Collins as well. So some of the big hitters have got plenty of work to do, but well, just 6 seconds separating 14th from 8th place. That's the gap, and you can see they're so comfortable on the front. They're so comfortable out there, and that's the key. Get out in front. Jackson Borg in the lead, Finn Askew in 2, his training partner, well, and I guess mentor, and the man who took him under his wing, Ali Day in 3. You can see him start to wind up. He's going to try and sneak up on the inside here. You can see there's real intent about what Ali Day is doing. He lifted the rating, snuck up on the inside, made sure he positioned himself on the wash of Jackson Borg in the lead there, and he's a smart racer. He's a smart kid, and he's done, well, almost the most races out of anyone, maybe outside of Matt Poole in this. So he's been there before. Wes Gould, Bevilacqua, Timperley, and Zach Morris. That is your top 8 right there.
Well, Finn threw out the challenge to Ali in the Enduro, and just that little bit of a mistake at the end dropped him a few positions. He was bitterly disappointed with that. Tough day for him in Wave Cross. Here's a chance for him again to stand up. He's got it. We just got to see it.
This is the red zone. That is Matt Poole, Jackson Maynard right there. Adam Palmer, his skis just pointing into the shot there. Poole very, very strong. You can see our leaders have gone around at the moment. That is 5 rounds, 6, 7. So it's this group here. One from this group will make their mark. Joe Collins on the inside. Not the best technique you've ever seen from the Kiwi, but it's effective. He gets the head down. He hunches the shoulders a little bit, and it's pure grit and grind. Not a lot of finesse there, but he doesn't mind too much. It's a full steam ahead. A little bit Dean Mercer-like if you were to compare him to somebody. Pure heart and soul for the man there. Kendrick Louis, he's got himself up alongside Zach Morris, so a great turn of the can there as he starts to work home. Dan Collins is in the background. Kai Taylor needs something special as well. We've had the board. We've almost finished the ski. Swim just to go. Race 2 of survival. We're looking for our top 8 to go through, and Ali Day just turns the screws on the rest of the field in 1. Jackson Borg in 2. Timperley's there in 3. So's Bevilacqua on that next chasing wave. And the back markers at the moment, there's just sort of, well, I guess there's 7 of them fighting it out for one spot.
This ski leg, Candice Warner, has really broken up the field now, and there's not a lot of assistance for the back markers either.
Yeah, absolutely it has. Ali Day has just gone straight to the front, but Jackson Borg is looking really, really impressive. He's in 2nd place. Matt Bevilacqua is now in 3rd and Finn in 4th. So I would say that these first 4 competitors are looking very comfortable, but these back markers, that's where the race is at. The race is between, you know, Matt Poole, Joe Collins. It's on.
Kendrick Louis there coming through as well. He's still in a pretty comfortable position, and of course he has that great experience.
As they work through, you're not wrong at all. You can see the urgency in this next group. That's Joe Collins, Dan Collins, Jackson Maynard, Adam Palmer and Matt Poole. They are working very, very hard. Don't forget Kai Taylor as well. So very tough for these guys. They are in the red zone as they make their way out in the swim, and it's got to be a lot of work as they work through. We can see the red zone there. Collins, there's 7 seconds separating Kendrick Louis and Joe Collins as they went through that one. It's very tight here, but they're tired. The boys at the back are very tired. I've never seen some of them stand like they are at the moment. We've got 1 leg to go in race number 2. It is starting to happen.
There's the field and the very important top 8. We'll be back after this. Final leg of race 2. It's survival, and a pretty decent set coming in that's going to push these swimmers inside the cans. This is going to be tricky for them. They need to keep their heads up and look out.
Yeah, like you said before, Bill, it's just all over the place. Every now and again it looks like going right is the key, but as you look at it now, it seems pretty even. Ali Day on the front, no dramas at all. Jackson Borg, he'll hang on to 2nd place there as they turn. The chase pack working very hard. Finn Askew is in the thick of it as well, so very strong from the front markers, and well at the back, plenty of work to do there. You want to be in the top 8. You can book yourself a spot in the final. You can't win the round in this one, but you can certainly lose your opportunity. That is for sure, as Day pushes very, very hard to get around there. Looks like Kai Taylor, he is out of it, so that's one man I don't think will get through as he goes around that turning can for the final time, but the rest of these boys have a chance. As a little wave stands up, Borg stands up, looks for it there. He will get this one. Ali Day will be no issues at all. So 1 and 2 lock them into the final. No problems at all. Finn Askew's in 3 at the moment. Kendrick Louis, and this is where it's on. Jackson Maynard, Matt Poole side by side. If anyone can find a wave, it's one of these boys. 2 of the best surf skills competitors in the business. Adam Palmer in the background. Finn Askew will get this one. And here we go. There's a little wave there. It's going to be a sprint up the beach. That is for sure. We've got 2 on the sand. Jackson Borg will win race 2, but that doesn't mean anything. And here we go behind them, because that is the race for the top 8 places there. Borg in 1, Bevilacqua stands up, Poole's in the background. Finn Askew is there as well. So these guys 3 and 4, no dramas. I don't know if Poole's going to get through. Jai Timperley's there. So up and around, 1st and 2nd across the line. Here's 3, 4 and 5. Kendrick Louis, he's in 6 there. Looks like Dan Collins in 7, Matt Poole in 8. This is the run up the beach at the moment. Dan Collins will go up and around. Will he sneak through? Yes, he will. I think those 3 will all be through at the moment, and we say goodbye. Yes, we do. We say goodbye to Jackson Maynard, he's the first to miss out, so somehow Matt Poole pulls it out of the fire. Jackson Maynard goes home, so does Zach Morris, so does Joe Collins, Adam Palmer and Kai Taylor. What about that one? Matt Poole somehow found a way to get himself back in the top 8.
And those Kendrick Louis calves were working overtime too to make sure he was up there as well, so it's great to see the two veterans still in the game. Candice Warner.
Yeah, I'm down here with the athletes. I can't really get an interview because they're all so exhausted. I mean, they've put everything on the line. So this last race is going to be anyone's.
Very tough down there. They're just trying to get as much in the tank as they possibly can, and I don't blame them, Candice. Some of those back markers really struggled, and it obviously would have taken a bit out of the tank for those guys.
Yes, yeah, absolutely it has. And I am actually down here with Matt Poole. He's happy to have a chat. Matt, you just scraped through.
Absolutely. I feel 63. Oh my God, I'm ready to retire. Put a fork in me, I'm done.
Well, you've got one more race to go. What's the plan?
Survival. I think that's the name of the format, survival. So you got to put yourself into the third race. And I'm here and I'm hurting, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, well, you've got your dad by your side. I'm sure you've got plenty left in the tank for this last race.
We'll see. I think I'm on empty.
Well, there we have it.
Matt said it all, I think. The top 8 will go at it. Nobody looks good at this stage, but let's see how the recovery goes. We'll decide the winner of this round of the Nutri-Grain IronMan series after this. Well, we've said it often, so much to gain and so much to lose from those tricky conditions here today at Kurrawa. Candice Warner's talking to a bloke who knows all about it.
Yeah, and absolutely. Can you just explain to us how brutal is this style of racing?
Yeah, 3 back-to-back irons. It's brutal, and you know that if you're not in that top, if you're in that back 6, you're in the chop, and you just got to give it everything. Out there, I kind of used my cookies a bit early and tried to catch the group before going to the swim to get a bit of wash. And it hit me, and then I was in the water vomiting, struggling.
Oh, goodness. Well, the men's race is about to start. Who's your money on?
I can't go past Bevy, clubmate, and then definitely Paulie. I hope Paulie gets it for his retiree series.
Well, there you've heard it. Back to you, boys.
There you go. Joe Collins just summing it up really for everybody. Josh, as we look at the positions after that second race.
Yeah, he's loyal, if not anything. He's picked his 2 clubmates there from the Northcliffe Club, and well, it's young versus old in that top 8, 4 men around the age of 30. That's Ali Day, Bevel Aqua, Kendrick Louis and Matt Poole. And then 4 men you'd say are probably generation next in Borg, Timperley, Askew and Collins. They're the guys who are going to be the future of the sport. Over the page, you look at the man that we've said goodbye to so far. Ski, swim, board is the order. Mr. Dan Collins there from Redhead takes a quiet moment, settles himself, and as Joe Collins said, back-to-back racing, there's nothing tougher. You turn the lactate up to, well, 10, and then you go and race again, and whoever can manage it best is the one who'll perform the best in race number 3. It's about lactate tolerance. You go 100% as hard as you can, 3 times in a row, and hope your body can handle the pressure. Off and away, this ski start, oh so important. We saw it in the women's race when Lana Rogers got off. Matt Poole has dropped his paddle and his ski, so work cut out for him already. He said he was feeling the pinch early on, and he wasn't lying because he's off late, and so was Dan Collins on the right. He fell off as well, but Finn Askew has gone absolutely flying through that start. He's just going to get hit there ever so slightly. Jackson Borg's going to sneak through on the right. So's Matt Bevilacqua. So's Kendrick Louis, and Ali Day crushes his way through. And I thought Finn Askew had the best of it, but it was that left-hand side that went flying out. Borg in 1, Bevilacqua on the red in 2, Kendrick Louis on the purple in 3, Ali Day sitting pretty in 4 there. Finn Askew in 5, Jai Timperley in 6, and then it's Dan Collins and Matt Poole after early mistakes in 7 and 8. A long way down, and those mistakes can be absolutely critical at the start. As we take a look, you can see Poole in the centre there, the white, black and pink. He drops the paddle. Bill, you called it perfectly. Had to go back and get it. He said he felt 63, he looked 63 leaning over trying to pick that paddle up there, but he'll get himself back into this one, and no man will continue to fight like Matt Poole. He is an absolute scrapper when it comes to this survival format. So Borg in 1, Bevilacqua sitting up pretty in 2 there, Ali Day working his way on the outside, not where you want to be. You want to be where that purple ski is of Kendrick Louis on the inside there, and all 4 of these men looking very comfortable. 3 former champions, and the man who's finished runner-up the last couple of years, Jackson Borg, he's been very, very good. Finished second at the Aussie titles, finished second in the Coolangatta Gold, finished second at the World Championships. He is a top-level competitor, and he wants to break through today.
And don't forget Ali Day's already record winning streak here. He's defending it, and of course the longer it goes, as they say in the classics, the closer you are to it stopping.
Oh, who knows? But on the right-hand side, Bevilacqua and Day push down one. On the left-hand side, it's Louis and Borg. I think they've found something as well, and you can see a huge split already. Kendrick Louis gone a long, long way back to the left. Jackson Borg stuck in no man's land, and they say in surf, make a decision, don't go halfway, and I think that's what Jackson Borg has done as Kendrick Louis cuts him off. We saw Louis shoulder to shoulder with Day, and then he's cut off Jackson Borg. He's not here to make friends, he's here to win races, and three of the best in the business, three former series champions there. Day in the black, Bevilacqua in the red, and Kendrick Louis on the purple. Three of the absolute big guns make their way to the beach. Timperley and Borg, then Finn Askew, Matt Poole and Dan Collins a long, long way down, and they'll be praying for a miracle at this point. But Candace, the three big guns have come to the fore.
And the thing that's most noticeable is these three athletes have raced this format so many times before. Experience means everything in the survival, and that's what they're doing. They're looking comfortable, but they know that they can't put their foot off the brake because this race is going to go down the wire.
Well, on the sand, those top three have just got a little bit of a break, so let's see if they can hang on to it here as we get into the swim.
Candace talked about experience, she's spot on. This is Ali Day's 10th year in the Ironman series, and you missed two as well. Matt Bevilacqua's 9th year in the Ironman series, and Kendrick Louis, he started at the same time as Ali Day, so these guys have got over a decade worth of racing the survival. It's one we do every year, so they've got maybe 14 or 15 goes at this sort of format, where Finn Askew, he's done it once before, and he is finding out the hard way that this is the toughest format in surf sports. You have to be fit, you've got to be fast.
Timperley and Borg are just one couple of metres now. Looking at that shot, it's hard to tell behind the top three, and Askew took a very different path, and he's struggling a little bit. He's got a long way to go.
Yeah, he thought he saw something the others didn't at the moment, and it looks like Ali Day and Jackson Borg have gone to the front of this one. Kendrick Louis, he's the man in pink there on the right-hand side, just drifted off ever so slightly, and it's going to be tough, very tough. Two strong swimmers. Ali Day, the best swimmer in the field without a shadow of a doubt, and he's the fittest man in the field. He's the, well, 7-time Coolangatta Gold champion. He loves to race for over 4 hours, and you can see they went all the way down to the right to jump into that rip, but that means they're going to have to swim all the way back to the can. So I don't know how much of a great move that was, but it worked perfectly for Ali Day. He snuck in and around, no problems at all. Second place, working very strong. Matt Bevilacqua there. Kendrick Louis in third place. Jai Timperley has moved up into fourth as they push through. And is that Dan Collins that's worked his way through there? No, Jackson Borg. So Borg, he's drifted off ever so slightly, and this could be the moment now. Ali Day starting to tighten the screws on Bevilacqua. We saw in the last round they were swimming side by side, and I thought Bevilacqua was going to swim past Ali Day when he picked a wave up. I don't think Ali Day is going to give him the same chance here. We've done the ski. We're halfway through the swim. We've got the board to go, and Bevilacqua knows he's the best board paddler in this field, but Ali Day will back himself every day of the week. Kendrick Louis, he's looming. He looks hungry, and he wants to be back on the top step. Timperley goes around there after a shocker, finishing 19th in the last round. He'll be looking to turn things around. There's a few lumps on the horizon. Collins goes around as well. So here we go. Finn Askew there. Plenty of work to do. Matt Poole in the background. But as they come for home, it just goes flat for Ali Day. Just nothing at all. There's a few little waves there, but nothing I think he'll pick up, and that'll play into the hands of Kendrick Louis. There's a little lump here. They're going to have to go. They're going to have to push. Ali Day, he's going to try and get down this one. I think he will. He'll have to go hard. He puts the head down, rates up, kicks, goes down that one and opens up. Oh, it fills up on him, but he manages to surf back down, and have a look at the desperation. He rated up. He kept the head down. There's a wave on for second, third, and fourth. They're going to have to get this one, and they're going to hope it goes all the way to the beach. The back markers will get one as well, so Finn Askew finds a way to get a wave. I think Timperley's on that one. Kendrick Louis definitely on there. Someone's just cut across them both, Bevilacqua, but Ali Day is up and running, and what body surfing prowess. You say body surfing, you think Kai Hurst. I think we think Ali Day these days. That was unbelievable. Candace, he has established a lead, and he's taking this race by the throat.
Absolutely. Ali Day just milked milked that wave for all it's worth and now has a good 50 to 60 metre lead on the back of the pack. So, I mean, he is looking in fine form to take out his 9th race in a row.
It's extraordinary. You got to have a feel for it. You really do. You got to feel as if you're one with the wave, and Ali Day just does it every time. It's extraordinary.
You could see there that it's just Matt Bevilacqua in second place, but he was gritting his teeth. He is very, very tired, that's for sure. And he knows Ali Day is going to keep going all day, so it's Day in 1, Bevilacqua in 2, Timperley in 3, Askew, Kendrick Louis, Jackson Borg, Matt Poole and Dan Collins. That's how they will enter for the final time. And there's waves coming at the moment. Ali Day snuck over 1. Matt Bevilacqua's trying to sneak around. If Day gets out and they get caught, it's all over Red Rover. And you couldn't ask for something better. A wave on the way in, sets for everybody else on the way out. I don't know if he's going to get over this one. Yes, he does. Sneaks up and over. So Bevilacqua snuck through as well. So is Jai Timperley, Finn Askew and Kendrick Louis, Jackson Borg, Dan Collins and Matt Poole have all been caught by those sets. And our leader, Ali Day, it's not just his 9th race in a row if he wins this one. He actually won the last race he did 3 years ago. So he's looking at a 10-race win streak for ones he's been in, but he had to sit out an entire summer with injury. So he hasn't been beaten in the last 10 rounds that he's done. It is an unbelievable streak and something we've never seen the likes of. Shannon Eckstein had 2 seasons where he never got beaten. Ali Day is looking to do the same here today. He is absolutely on fire. You can see how determined he is. He turns for home. We've had the ski, we've had the swim. It's board time. That is the gap. And Matt Bevilacqua, while he's looking comfortable at the moment, he needs a lot of luck if he's going to catch Ali Day at this point. He will need a wave from out the back, and I just don't think it's going to happen.
And he was really smart on the way out too, Matt Bevilacqua. He used the rip. Not only did he get advantage from that, but that's where the set flattens out a little bit too. So he didn't get caught on the lip of any waves. He had a pretty smooth run, but still the gap is extraordinary. And he's on another wave, Dave.
It doesn't matter because it's all over Red Rover. He has dominated this final race, and what a performance from Ali Day. Where does it stop? He seems unstoppable at the moment. This performance has been as good as we've seen. He took it easy in race 1. He worked to the front in race 2. And race 3, he worked to his strengths and really strung this field out. The race for second place, Timperley's in 3rd. Bevilacqua's there as well. It's going to be a sprint up the beach, but don't worry about it. He just keeps on winning. He didn't get beat last summer. He hasn't been beaten this summer. We start off 4 days in a row with a perfect performance from Ali Day. He is our round 3 Nutri-Grain IronMan Series champion. He has survived survival and he has prospered, crossing the line, the round 3 winner, Mr. Ali Day. We've seen it before and I will see it again. The race for seconds on, Timperley and Bevilacqua. Bevilacqua shooting up and around there. That's back-to-back second places for Bevilacqua there, and Timperley will be happy with that after a second last in the last round. He has finished 3rd here on the podium. Here we go, the race for 4th on the right-hand side. That's Finn Askew, Kendrick Louis as well. I think he'll let the young gun have that one, but he'll be happy with a 5th place finish. So 4th for Askew, 5th for Kendrick Louis there. Very strong. Jackson Borg, Dan Collins and Matt Poole will round out the field, but I don't know how you beat Ali Day. Illness or injury might be the only thing at this point that could stop him because he looks a class above against the best in the world.
Well, we've pointed out all the different things that can go right and wrong for you, particularly in conditions like this. Bondi was similar, but he just keeps doing it. He makes the right calls at the right time, and the winning streak continues. We'll wrap it up when we come back. Round 3 of the Nutri-Grain IronMan Series turned out to be just another day at the office. Look, we've run out of puns, we've run out of superlatives. Let's just talk to him. Candice Warner.
I'm down here with Ali Day. Ali, that's 9 race wins in a row. What a clinical performance.
Yeah, that was, man, that was hard. You could probably, I was saying off air, a lot of the boys I felt like were hurting today, including me. So normally I find the eliminated formats, I don't find them too bad. I feel like after the first race I warm into it, but man, I felt like everyone then was hurting, so I'm glad to come away with a win.
Yeah, well, you did it in emphatic form. How hard is it for you to back up after every single race? I mean, is it easy for you or is it hard?
No, it's definitely hard, but I mean, I've done it for so long now. I've done so many eliminators, so, you know, including guys like Paulie and Kendrick too, they've been on the line with me so many years now, and I feel like you just get better at resetting each time. So, yeah, it gets a little bit easier in a way, but it gets harder because you know how much it's going to hurt.
I see that your brother's handling for you. Is it a family affair for you? Like, how much does your family mean to you and having them here at your races?
Oh, so much. He was there when I first qualified for the Nutri-Grain IronMan series back when I was 19. So I've had him there literally every step of the way. My mum and dad are here, and of course my wife and my son Danny. So it's really special. They do a hell of a lot behind the scenes for me. So yeah, still got 3 more rounds to go now. So we're only halfway.
Well, you're the undisputed king of the surf, and we absolutely love watching you race. You're an inspiration to so many. Congratulations.
Thanks so much, Candice, and big shout out to everyone at home watching us.
Well done.
Well, at home's a good place to be. It's been raining, as you probably noticed, throughout most of the competition. He's done it again.
Yeah, he has. Not in beautiful Kiama, where he's from. I'm sure the sun is shining down there, so a shout out to them. Same result as last round. Ali Day in 1, Bevilacqua in 2. And Jai Timperley will be happy with that as he rounds out the podium. That is our top 10. Matt Poole very happy to scrape through into that final 8. Over the page, well, it's agony or ecstasy for some of these guys, and Joe Collins, Corey Fletcher, Max Beattie, TJ Hendy, they'll be looking for bigger and better rounds, and that's okay. They can come back tomorrow and do it all again. We'll take a look at the overall picture, and while the gap's not huge, it just starts to open up when Ali Day seems almost unbeatable. 5 points is an absolute chasm between first and second. Jackson Borg hanging in there. And Finn Askew, what a great performance from the young gun. Jai Timperley in 5, Louis there, Collins, Morris, Poole, and Corey Fletcher still in the top 10. So this is where it gets interesting. Everybody wants to be inside that top 10 to get requalified for next summer. So that race is on for these boys especially, and what a day it's been.
Well, we wouldn't wish it on him, of course, but they need Ali to have a bad day now, and there are 3 rounds still to go. That's possible because the conditions are going to be quite extraordinary. We understand. They're our winners, of course, in the Nutri-Grain Iron Women round, survival, and what a story of survival it's been. We'll recap after this. So there it is, the embrace of 3 guys who've done it tough today, Josh.
Oh, that's exactly right. First, second and third there, and they will be off to the recovery room now and trying to get themselves set to go again tomorrow. And it's going to be a tough day, that is for sure.
So Ali Day, our series leader, of course. Harriet Brown edging ahead of Lana Rogers to lead the women's series.
We take a look at the Nutri-Grain unstoppable moment here, and it wasn't Ali Day, it was the human submarine for a few seconds there. Not only did he get down that first one, he managed to push his way over the double up, so he kept the head down, the arm going, the huge kick there. That is almost impossible to do, and that was the moment where he was under pressure from Matt Bevilacqua. He broke free, and that was enough for him to claim the victory.
Well, it's come down to moments like that in all of our races, and there is more to come.
That's exactly right. We're through 3 rounds. We'll be back tomorrow with Super Sprint, the fastest and most fantastic format we've got of the weekend. The Specialist and Survival on Sunday. We get to do it all again, and then we'll crown our overall champions.
An extraordinary battle, and somehow those at the top, and there's the inspiration to another generation. He just keeps, the racecraft is extraordinary.
That's it, he's the people's champion, that is for sure.